Okay, we're going to do this first problem from the blood type worksheet together because I feel like this is a topic that's a little confusing and it might be helpful to just at least do this first one together. So if you haven't done it yet, you might want to watch this. And if you have done it already, you maybe go back and just take a look and make sure you did it right. So, what makes blood typing problems a little more difficult is that this is a weird example where there's some codominance going on, and there's also a scenario where there's some dominance going on. So, for example, A blood type, B blood type, and AB and O, those are the blood types. Those are the phenotypes. The genotypes would be the IAI, IB, IA. Those are the genotypes. So, here's what makes this a little bit confusing. For blood type A, so if someone has A blood type, they can have two different genotypes. The blood type IAIA will give you a blood type of A blood, and the blood type IAI will give you A blood type because the A is dominant to the little I by itself. So if you have either one of these genotypes, you're going to have A type blood. The same thing is true for B type blood. You could have IBIB or IBI. In the case of IBI, the B that is going to dominate no B over here. So you're going to have a scenario where both of these genotypes will give you B blood type. Both of these genotypes will give you A blood type. AB, there's only one possibility. IA, IB. You have both of those alleles. And then O would be neither. So it would be II. So let's take a look at this first question here. It says, suppose a father with blood type A and a mother of blood type B have a child of blood type O. So you might be saying to yourself, wow, that's not possible, Mr. Adolf. How can you have an A blood type and a B blood type given O blood type? Well, let me explain how. If I have two possibilities here, so let's say the first one says the father has blood type A, right? So if the father has blood type A, I didn't tell you what his genotype is, right? So he could be IAIA or IAI. The mother is B blood type, so she could be IBIB or IBI. Now, in this question, I want you to tell me the genotype of the parent. So how the heck can I figure out which one it is, right? How do I know if it's IAIA or IAI or IBIB or IBI? Well, here's how you can tell. Because I told you they have a child with O-type blood. If I didn't tell you this, you would not be able to figure out this question. But I told you it. So what that means is we know what the genotypes of the parents are. Because if they have a child with O-type blood, this parent here, so let's say this is the father, this father has an I by himself. So that I can get passed on to the kid, right? This one could not. There's no I by itself. If this is the mother here, she has IBIB or IBI. Well, if she has IBI, she could also pass on the little letter I. So these two parents, A and B, could have a child with O-type blood because they would be able to donate the I. So what that means is I know the father's genotype has to be IAI, and I know that the mother's genotype has to be IBI. If either one of them had the homozygous version of IAIA or IBIB, they would not be able to have a child with O-type blood. So that's how we can tell. So if you weren't sure how we figure out that, that's how you can tell. So now let's do our Punnett square. So this would be the father on one side. You put the IAIA. This would be the mother on the other side, IBI. And we're going to fill in our Punnett square. So this box will be IAIB. This box will be IBI. This box will be IAI. Oh. And this box will be II. Let's grab one of these guys over here. So those are all the possible blood types from a cross between these two parents. So what are the chances of it being AB? Well, it's 1 out of 4, so it would be 25. 1 out of 4 is B, so that would be 25. AB would be one box, so that would be 25. And then O would be II, so that would be 25. So what makes this problem challenging is the fact that I gave you the A and the B, and I didn't tell you if it was IAIA or IB or IBIB, but I did tell you that the blood type of their child was O. If I did not tell you this, if that was not part of the problem, you would not be able to solve this problem. You wouldn't know if it was IAIA or IAI or IBIB or IBI. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So if you haven't done this problem yet, attempt it. If you have done it, go back and double check. All right, guys, thank you. And if you have any questions, please email me and I will answer them as best I can.